Derby fans had got fed up with Leicester fans banging on about last season's 4-0 humiliation. It was time for their side to call the tune, time to avenge that defeat. And they were almost ahead after just 4 minutes. Spencer Pryor playing against his former club for the first time since his summer move from Filbert Street to Pride Park, just wide. Minutes later, though, Leicester felt they should have had a penalty. Robbie Savage was sent sprawling by defender Stefan Schnorr, but Savage's appeal to referee Graham Poll went unrewarded. It left the Leicester boss, Martin O'Neill, fuming. He believed it changed the game.
It was cast down, and at that time it changed the course of the game because we were doing very, very well. I can't believe that we didn't see it. There was a hush come over Pride Park that you wouldn't believe, and a mighty relief as well too because they got away with it.
Oh, I think it was a penalty, I would have thought.
Derby up the tempo, and midway through the half, Jakob Lawson's free kick was deflected onto his own crossbar by Matt Elliott, an inch lower, and it would have been an embarrassing own goal. Leicester then had probably their best chance of the whole game. Stuart Campbell broke free, but his shot was turned round the post by keeper Russell Holt. It just wasn't Leicester's day. Soon afterwards, Derby were in front. Lars Bohinen set Dean Sturridge away. He proved too hot to handle for Frank Sinclair. And with the Derby fans appealing for a penalty, Sturridge found Schnorr, who charged upfield to fire the ball into the net. It was his first goal for the club since joining them from Hamburg in the summer. His shot gave Casey Kellett no chance whatsoever and separated the two sides at the break. 5 minutes into the second half, it was 2-0. Bohinen found Schnorr. His lofted cross eventually fell to Rory Delap, but it took a bit of nifty footwork by Paulo Wanchope to get the ball in. It was the Costa Ricans' third goal of the season and put Derby very much in the driving seat. Wanchope teed it up and hooked the ball in almost with an overhead kick. As Leicester went looking to get back in the game, Derby went close to extending their lead. A quarter of an hour from the end, the impressive Bohinen had a long-range effort that brought the best out of Keller. While late in the game, Holt kept out Steve Guppy's free kick to deny Leicester even a consolation goal.
We had to be very strong, and we were very strong, and we played some good football on the break, but the defence were immaculate, and that was what we built on.
The whole team was playing very well. We're working very hard at the moment. I think it's very hard to beat us at the moment because we're very organised, and so I think we're on a good way.
The goal just after half-time forced us to chase it and chase it and chase it. Eventually, we weren't good enough. We hadn't got the gal to break them down.
The top of the table must look good to you.
Well, obviously it does, yes. It's very early, though, but it's just good to keep the unbeaten run going. And, you know, to be second, it's great for the fans, really. I mean, they like to go and pick the Sunday morning papers and see Derby second in the league, yeah.
So then, Derby fans will be happy. The only slightly worrying note for them and their team, a suspected hamstring injury for captain Igor Stimac.
Derby County just continues to roll on. You know, we pride ourselves in showing you every goal from every game. So let's keep it rolling with our Premier League roundup.
Coventry hadn't scored in the Premiership since the opening day back in August. But that goal drought was broken after just 4 minutes. Noel Whelan back in the Sky Blues side after 3 matches out injured, heading in his first of the season, though Alan Shearer may have got the final touch. Newcastle was soon level. Nolberto Solano's corner met by Nicolas Davizas for his second goal in as many matches. Newcastle showed few signs of having been involved in a European tie less than 48 hours earlier. But they nearly conceded a second goal when George Boateng's shot stretched Shay Given. From then on, Newcastle dominated. They put the match beyond Coventry's reach with 2 goals in 2 minutes just before half-time. Alan Shearer made it 2-1, though Coventry claimed in vain that Shearer had fouled Jean-Guy Valem on his way to goal. Shearer's 4th goal in 3 matches after going 10 games without finding the net. Moments later, Steve Watson's cross to substitute Gary Speed put Newcastle 3-1 ahead and on course for a 3rd successive win for the first time in a year. It was effectively all over as a contest just before the hour. Stephen Glass sprinting all the way from the halfway line for goal number 4. To their credit, Coventry worked hard to try and pull themselves back into the match, but they rarely threatened to score again, beyond Dublin's header an exception. With virtually the final action of the afternoon, Alan Shearer notched his 2nd and 5th of the season. A wonderful week for him and the Toon Army. Coventry 1, Newcastle 5.
Borough fans have seldom had it so good. Brian Robson's boys have only lost once so far this season, and they find themselves in the top half of the table. Gianluca Festa joined the attack early on and came close, while at the other end their Australian keeper Mark Schwarzer had to tip over Don Hutchison's long ranger as Everton took a break from defending. But Borough looked the stronger, and on 27 minutes they took the lead. Hamilton Rickard with the easy nod in from Mickelbeck's nod on. Blues keeper Moira actually collides with his own defender David Unsworth and so gets nowhere near the ball. Colombian international Rickard just can't stop scoring at the moment. 7 minutes later, he doubles Borough's lead. His 5th goal in 7 days and his 6th of the season. Mickelbeck was again the provider, though surely Unsworth won't be happy with the way he lost his man. With 3 straight wins behind them, the Borough must have thought they were heading for another. But all credit to the Blues, they battled back well. Danny Cadamarteri came on for the second half and had an immediate impact. Steve Vickers brought him down. And Michael Ball confidently scored from the penalty spot for his first goal of the season. 1 minute later, Everton were level. Alex Cleland invited John Collins to shoot. A splendid finish. Time to meet the members of the John Collins fan club. But still only 1 win so far for Walter Smith's team. Final score at the Riverside, Middlesbrough 2, Everton 2.
It didn't take Wimbledon long to find a groove after Joe Kinnear made 9 changes for the visit of Sheffield Wednesday. Alan Kimball's long throw started to panic. Jason Ewell with the 2-step and blistering finish inside 50 seconds. The crazy gang were clearly up for the job as usual. Once again, Alan Kimball cascading forward from the back. Robbie Earle inches away with a glancing header. It was Route 1 football par excellence for the Dons' second, 5 minutes into the restart. Lee Byrne up high for Sullivan's clearance. Jason Ewell volleying home as the Wednesday defenders failed to react. This time with his left foot. The youngster was having the time of his life, and he so very nearly took home the match ball. Pressman getting down a little quicker this time round. Wednesday boss Danny Wilson, who'd branded his team Fancy Dan's as they were humiliated by Cambridge in midweek, brought the axe down on the enigmatic striker Paolo Di Canio, only for the Italian to come off the bench to half the arrears in the dying moments. The celebration, a touch over the top in the circumstances. Wimbledon 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Newcastle's French striker Stéphane Guivard says he's not happy there. Well, guess what? They don't need him. They scored 5 goals without him. Well, there was one Premier League match played today, and it was huge. Arsenal against Manchester United. Is a soccer field big enough, large enough for the talents like Bergkamp, Overmars, Beckham, and York? We'll check it out next on Fox. Welcome back to the action, everybody. I'm Brad Good. Double winners, Arsenal against the team that everybody loves to hate, Manchester United. Let's check out the action. Arsenal gets on the board early as team captain Tony Adams heads home Stephen Hughes' free kick to give the home side the 1-0 advantage. Watch the replay here. It's Adams beating Manchester United keeper Peter Schmeichel to the ball. The Gunners made it 2-0 just before halftime as Frenchman Nicolas Anelka takes a nice speed, and his first shot is saved by Schmeichel, but Anelka gets his own rebound, puts it away. Look at Anelka here. He's left all alone by the Manchester United defense. Does a nice job, finishes it off right there. Let's show you the second half, and trailing 2-0, it's Manchester United's Nicky Butt taking down Patrick Vieira at the top of the box. Butt is sent off. That's the second time in a week he's gone. Manchester United down to 10 men. And then it's Swede Fredrik Ljungberg in his Arsenal debut, beating the helpless Schmeichel. to give Arsenal the 3-0 advantage, and that's how it ended, as Arsenal and French coach Arsène Wenger will celebrate big time. So today's battle between Arsenal and Manchester United was more than just a battle